Noel here on the topic of leading assessment. I had all kinds of different thoughts come through my mind about this. One thing is that I have been a facilitator of groups forever. And even though the modality that I was trained in actually called certain of us lead trainers or lead facilitators, I always had a resistance to leader. Being one, I think it is actually my calling to be one. And I have fought it tooth and nail. And I like the idea of equality, of everybody makes decisions together, consensus, things like that. And that's what I was doing for a very long time, 30 some years now. But I was asked recently by the Holy Spirit in our village to put that down and just try something new, which I'm still finding out what that might be. But I think it might have something to do with actually taking the coaching, and becoming a leader, stepping into that actual definition of myself. And in order to do that along the lines of what we're doing here in the visionary program, that involves paying attention. What am I doing? And what is the effect? And could I improve it? Could I, adopt something and do more of it if it's working, et cetera, like that? Really, really paying close attention to what it is that is happening so that I can be more and more effective at being a lighthouse, at being, somebody who is transformational in my uh, presentation, whatever that might be. I notice that I'm very leading assessment oriented in relationships. If I'm, having a conversation with someone, I will take that thing apart afterwards and chew up, what did I do? Is that the, thing that could have been the most beneficial, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm paying very close attention in personal relationships or in just communications like one-on-one with people. But as far as a leader in a group, um, less so. I think the reason that I chewed on everything was because I was trying to keep myself safe and keep the arrangement among myself and whoever just on a really good path. And I felt like, well, if you notice something that did not feel good inside, speak to it, clean it up, be proactive about that. So in that regard, I have been a leading assessment person all the way through. So what else did I write down? I know as a facilitator, what I would do was pray before a meeting or before creating an event, like a planning for it. It was always like, God, what would you have me do? And, God, this experience is in your hands. I, trust whatever. And it was very interesting doing that form of leading assessment because I would make a judgment that something that I had done was just dead wrong. But then knowing I prayed, I put this in God's hands, I sort of found a way to trust it, even if I didn't value it. And sometimes those very things that I thought were the worst thing I could have done turned out to be the transformational thing somebody needed. So I feel like leading assessment in its ideal sense is going to be something that we are really asking God about constantly. Like, what would you have me do? Let me get out of the way so you can step up. And then not to be in such a judgment mode, but absolutely in a discernment mode. What is the feedback I'm receiving about this thing that I'm doing? And sometimes it will blow your mind that it's completely not in alignment with what you thought was the best thing. So that's what I got. I think I'm going to leave it at that. I don't have my timer operating, so I don't know if that's my time or not, but hopefully close. Thank you.